welcome back to my channel, Viaglo. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps, and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, I actually want to talk to you guys about my sales for June of 2022. They were terrible, okay? I actually haven't seen these type of numbers since I was part-time, and I've been full-time for a full year. So that is very telling. Let's just jump right into it. So I made a total of 63 sales. 2 of them were flip client sales. So I made 45 sales on Poshmark, 17 on Mercari, and just a measly 5 on eBay. I actually want to show you guys different things for different platforms that have sold, pretty much like noteworthy brands or items. I'm not going to show you all of them just because who really got time for that? So I'm just show you some ones that stood out to me. Okay, so we're gonna start off with eBay first. I'm gonna be looking at my phone, so don't mind if I look down, okay? So the first thing was this Oricia Babiton Cashmere Wool Gray Long Line Peacoat. Y'all, I actually sourced this on Mercari, I wanna say over a year ago, maybe like 15-16 months ago, and I had every intentions of keeping it. However, I just went on and just was like, you know what? Let me get rid of it, because I didn't wear it in the wintertime, so it was kind of like, girl, what are you doing? So I let it go. I had it listed at $150 and I really wanted to get maybe about $130 minimum for it, but I did send the counter offer and then they sent $100, and I was just like, you know what, let me make the sale. Because what I did was I went and searched up this exact item on eBay, and I was checking everybody's sales, and I noticed that a lot of people have theirs listed under $100, so I was just like, oh, okay, so mine's a little high, so let me lower it. So I did. The next one was these 511 Tactical Men's Apex Cargo Pant. So y'all, this was a brand that I found, I want to say maybe about 3 months ago, and I noticed that it got a lot of attention, and I was just like, oh, interesting, and it sold within like a week. So I was just like, okay, let me like start picking it up a little bit more. So when I found these men's ones, I was a little excited because it was the first time that I found men's 511 Tactical. So these actually sold on Poshmark. I want to say within maybe 3 or 4 days of listing it. They canceled the order because they said they didn't look at the inseam. I was like, it's totally fine. If you guys watch my vlog, at the time I was literally heading to the thrift store, so I just opened up the package, threw it in the back seat. So I relisted it maybe like a day or 2 later, and they actually sold on eBay, so I was pretty happy about that. All right, so we're gonna move on to Mercari. So on Mercari, I sold these Mother Tucker Postpartum Compression Maternity black leggings. This was actually a new to me brand. I've never found it before. The fabric was great. If you guys watch my haul, I briefly kind of talked about it, but I just felt that they had a really good quality, kind of like Spanx, if you will. So I was just like, let me just test it out. I don't even think I checked comps, because these were sitting at a pretty good price point at the thrift store, and then the fabric was really nice. So I was just like, let's see how it goes. And it went well, so we love that. I would advise picking it up, especially if it's in excellent condition. And you know, that one sold in 1 day, so we love that. The next one was these pair of Rollas. I absolutely adored these pants so much that I wish that I could squeeze into a size 26, so I could have kept them. The stock photo was just chef kiss, because it looked so beautiful. And if you guys are familiar with my channel, I did do a 20 denim brands, and I was talking about this type of style of pant. These are in. I know a lot of resellers talk about it. I think this is like the more current style, which is that wide leg flare, high rise 70s style sailor type of pant. Get it, okay? Get it. So these sold within like 2 days, and I think I had them listed at $40 or $42. They sent me a $33 offer. I accepted it because it was a quick flip. The next one was a pair of Athleta Sculptec Ultra Skinny Jeans. I actually had sourced these, and I was a bit nervous because I'm like, I've never sold Athleta jeans before, so I don't know how well they'll do. But these actually sold in like 2 days as well. So I was pretty happy about that. The next thing to sell was these Better Brand Yoga Denim Boot Cut Stretch Jeans. I actually have another pair of Better Brand denim jeans that have been sitting for maybe about 5 to 6 months. It could be the size, I don't know what it is, but they've been sitting so long, so I was very hesitant on picking these up, but I'm glad I did, because these also sold in like 1 or 2 days. And these last 3 items that I showed you guys are actually from the exact same haul. So that haul, I think I hauled about 8 items. 6 out of the 8 has already sold in a matter of like, you know, 2 or 3 weeks. All right, so we're gonna move on to Poshmark. These were a pair of pants that I was a little bit reluctant on picking up because I actually never picked up this brand before. I think I've seen a few resellers talking about it, but I don't think a lot of them spoke highly about it. So when I, you know, checked comps for this specific style, which is called the Boyfriend, I saw this photo of Jennifer Aniston and I was like, oh, interesting. So I went on and picked them up, and these actually sold the exact same day. I believe it was through an offer. I had them listed at 42. They sent me an offer for 35 and I'm like, of course. So got that one. Now I don't think I would pick up all of, you know, current Elliott, because I do think this is an older like brand, more like how Paige is now, and Frame, like people aren't really searching for it specifically, but I think that maybe certain styles, it'll take you somewhere. All right, so the next one is Blanky. I actually hauled this recently as well, but these were just some maternity leggings. Like I told you guys before, this is a pretty good brand. It sells pretty good for me. I've actually have a high sell-through rate with these, 100% sell-through rate with these. So anytime I find the brand Blanky, I'm gonna pick it up. The next one is actually from a brand called Driftwood. I had a love-hate relationship with this brand because I picked up a pair of black driftwood pants and they were pretty plain. They had like rhinestones on it. I'll pop up a picture so you guys can see, but I sourced those and I think I had them listed really high. So then I ended up bringing them down. They sat and they sat and they sat. So I was just like, you know what? I'm never picking up this brand again. So then when I found these, I was just like, oh my God, I gotta get them. They're so cute. They're so stinking cute. And I'm glad I did, because when I checked comps, I noticed that they were selling resale amount for, you know, pre-used 90 to 100, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40. So I was just like, wow, like you can't go wrong with that. So I listed mine at 65 because I thought that that was a great buy it now price. But I received this offer for $50 and I graciously accepted it because I did want to barter over like $5 or $10 because I thought that $50 was still an amazing return since I had just listed them a few days prior. So yeah, I didn't want to miss out on that sale, and then I also didn't want to have them sit for a long time by overpricing them, you know. So we love that. The next one is Cobby. This is the first pair of Cobby. I'm going to show another pair later. But this is just a plain pair of just slim boot cut ones. I think I had these listed for maybe about 2 or 3 months, and I thought that they would have sold a lot quicker. However, they didn't, but they still sold. They sold for over $30. So I was still picked up. I've noticed that all of my Cobby jeans sell, like legit all of them. I've never had a pair of Cobby jeans that did not sell. They may take a little while, and honestly I think it may take maybe tops about 3 months, if that, to sell, but they sell. So I would highly suggest to pick up Cobby. All right, so my iPad. I sold my iPad and my Apple Pencil because I purchased this last summer and I just knew like, okay, well when I go on trips, I go on vacation, I'll have this. And I had every intentions of being like an iPad girl, and then I realized I'm not an iPad girl. And once I moved into my sister's house, I bought the Mac desktop and I was obsessed. So then I started using the iPad to just watch videos, and I'm just like, girl, are you really putting this to use? Like, you're watching videos on this. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and sell it. So I put it on all platforms. Poshmark just started selling electronics not too long ago, so I was just kind of like, I'll just test it out and see how it goes. I was actually really happy that it sold on Poshmark, although they take 20%. Mercari has a lot of scammers on there, so I'm just really reluctant on selling electronics there, but it sold. I got a good review on this item as well, so we love that. Everything worked out perfectly fine. I was also nervous that I didn't package it all the way correctly, because I'm like, fuck, I didn't have enough bubble wrap, but she made it safely. The buyer actually loved it. The next one is this pair of Madewell denim jeans. This is a brand that I really enjoy picking up because as of late I've been finding their more current styles versus their older styles, which is even better. But these ones sold within like maybe 3 or 4 days. I've been noticing that all of my newer Madewell denim have been selling within a week, and I'm gonna pick it up every single time. And I don't mind paying the $9. I know I complain a lot about paying like $9 for jeans, but if I'm gonna get a good return like this one, I definitely don't mind. The next one is this Lululemon cardigan. I actually purchased this at a thrift store. This is around the time that this particular thrift store started noticing that this is a good brand. So then they started marking up the price, and I think I paid like $16 for this. I would never do it again because this style is so ugly. If you guys look at her ugly shoes, like you can look at the ugly outfit that went with this sweater, and you can tell that this is a very old and outdated style, and I would never pick it up again. It was like super reversible. You could make it as a fucking half cardigan, a jacket, a vest, a sweater. Like, it was too much going for it, and it was just very outdated, and I was just really happy to get rid of it. So when I received that $40 offer, I'm like, hell the fuck yes, because I had it for a very long time. So yeah, the next one is this Lily Pulitzer tank top. I love Lily Pulitzer, and I have not found Lily Pulitzer in a very long time, and it's really upsetting me and my homegirls because where are you, Lily? Like, I've been searching high and low for you and I cannot find you. But I was happy that this one sold. This one literally sold right after I relisted everything in my Poshmark closet, and it sold full asking price. So I was just like, won't you do it? The next one is this Kate Spade dress. This is actually from a flip client. I actually put in my estimates that this would sell between $40 to $50. I priced it at $80 because I'm like, okay, it was new with tags, it's really pretty. And then I noticed all the attention that it was getting, and I was just like, interesting, like this might be that girl. So I received a I think I want to say I received this offer, and then another buyer sent me the same exact number on the offer. So I was just kind of like, well, I'll just go with the first person that did it. You should have just paid full price, because I do think that she got that notification where Poshmark is like, hey, somebody just sent an offer on this item. So then she went and sent this offer, and you should have just bought it full asking price because it could have been yours. But somebody else got it because you sent the exact same offer. But anywho, that is that. The next one is actually another pair of Madewell denim jeans. I believe this is the vintage crop style, if I'm not mistaken. These sold fairly quickly as well. The price point is still really good. I'm noticing that I'm only able to get about $40 to $45 for these newer style Madewell in order for me to sell them quicker, I guess, because if I list them at like, you know, 60 bucks, I'll probably wait a while and they'll probably eventually sell. But I'm really at the point now with my business that I want to price things at market value, but I also want to make sure that I'm making a good profit. The next one to sell was this Erica Jane. Y'all, if y'all watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, you already know. But this was a vintage dress. It was like satin. It was very beautiful. I hauled it in one of my videos a while ago, probably in the winter time, but I just thought that it was so beautiful. And this one sat and sat and sat and sat because I had it listed incredibly high. But the girls didn't want to pay no $60 for a vintage ass dress, so we made it all the way down to $32 and somebody purchased it, so that's totally fine. The next one is a brand called Pearl Izumi. I'm really picky with this brand. I only picked this up because it was a skirt, because it doesn't really sell for a lot. This is actually a cyclist brand, which is great for the bike riders out there, but yeah, this one sold the same day, and I love that. She sent me a very reasonable offer and I accepted it. The next thing is actually from my sister's personal closet. She gave me a bag of clothes when we moved out of her house, and these were a part of it. These are basically like some knockoff Rothy's because the quality was excellent. They're also washable, and I just sold them as a pair. I thought $50 was pretty reasonable because I think they were $75 a piece, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I just thought I'd sell it. So this was a nice little profit there with $0 in it. The next thing is this Boston Proper dress. This was actually a flip clients item from, like, you know, I want to say wintertime, and it sold on Depop, and I do 100% believe that they wore it for the party and they was like, you know what, I'm not gonna wear this again, let me tell her that I want a refund. Because 9 days had passed after delivery, and she reached out, was like, hey, do you think I can return this? And at the time I have like and I still currently do on my Depop, if you guys are familiar with my channel, I just opened back up my Depop. But at the time and currently, I do allow buyers to return the items, but it's only at their expense. So if they pay for shipping to get back to me, I don't mind refunding them for the item. So I did that, and I mean, it really didn't affect me in any way, because the funniest thing is that I sold this for like $17 on Depop. She returned it, and I just sold it for $37 on Poshmark. So I don't have a problem with accepting returns, especially on Depop, because they're gonna pay for shipping. And I'm at that point now with Poshmark as well. Like, I don't want to fight anybody on return unless I truly feel like they're bullshitting me or they could be a possible scammer. But other than that, just return it. Like, just return it. The next thing is this, what was the brand? I think it's called Daily Rituals. This is actually a Anthropologie dress. I thought it was hideous, but I knew somebody would like it, so I picked it up. And this one actually sat for a long time, because here I go again, overpricing everything. So I overpriced it, and it did get a lot of attention, but nobody was really ready to send me a quote-unquote low ball, because the price was too fucking high. So it made it down to maybe like $45, and then I got an offer for $36. I accepted it, because why the fuck not? And then the next one is actually this Johnny Was blouse. I was just so excited when I found this at the thrift store, because I'm like, oh baby girl, I'm about to make a lot of money, because all of my pieces from Johnny Was typically sell for about $50 to $60, but since this one was a silk embroidered blouse, I was like, I'm gonna get like 80 for this. So I had it listed really fucking high, and nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, was interested. I wasn't even getting likes on it until I brought it down to maybe like 60, and then it started getting a little bit of attention, and then somebody finally sent me an offer for 44. I was back and forth on whether or not I wanted to accept it, but it was flawed. It had like, it almost looked like how soy sauce splatters would look on it. So I was just kind of like, let me just let it go. So I did. The next thing is this Doncaster orange tweed blazer. This is a random pickup. I only picked it up because the color was beautiful. It looked brand new, and it looked vintage as fuck. And this one actually got more attention than I thought it would have, but it did not sell for what I thought it was going to sell for, which is the story of my life. But it sold at 28, so I'd probably pick it up again for the right price. And that is it for my noteworthy sales for the month of June. So I want to talk about a few things that I actually changed for the month of July that will not land me in the same place as June. And one was making sure that I list every single day. Well, not every single day, list Monday through Friday. So I have a minimum of 10 items that I want to list during the week, but sometimes if I'm not able to make that, I'm completely okay with 5 to 10. So 5 to 10 is probably a good threshold to list 5 days a week, because I want to list maybe about 170 to 200 items a month. That is the goal, and that is what I was doing prior to May and June, when, you know, your girl went on a little break. So that is what really screwed me, because I was not listing consistently. I did get back on Flip, I want to say at the end of May, probably early June, because I really did not go sourcing, and I really needed to get some inventory up. So I did get these 3 lots, and honestly the lots weren't the best, but it was inventory. It showed, you know, these platforms that I'm active on them by listing new items. But yeah, I don't think that really helped the morale of my shops, but it was nice to just get some new inventory listed versus nothing at all. I also moved to Pasha VA from Prime Lister. I had a little issue with Prime Lister, maybe like a good 3 or 4 weeks ago, and me being who I am, I'm like, I'll take my business elsewhere. So that's exactly what the fuck I did, and I moved to Pasha VA. I use Jen's code. Thank you, Jen. And if you guys want to test out Pasha VA, I'll also have my affiliate link down low if you guys want to check it out yourself. So far, I've been loving it, and I've been noticing that I've been making a lot more sales than I was, you know, using Prime Lister, because I actually kind of set it up a little bit better than I did with Prime Lister. Granted, you probably can work it the way you need to, but as far as Pasha VA, I just have it set at a different time frame than I would typically do, or what most people would typically do, just so it can maximize my sales. And I can tell y'all right now that I've been making a lot of sales. I make maybe about 5 to 6 per day, and this is just in these past 4 days, so you can't beat that. I also opened back up my Depop account. I had it closed, I want to say since like April. I think it was April I let it go. So it's only been a few months, so it's not really that long, but I opened it back up, and I'm only going to cross list specific items. I'm not going to put everything on there just because I don't want to waste too much time. And I do have a cross listing service. I'm still using Prime Lister because I bought the yearly one, but once I'm done with that, I'm going to move on to something else. So let me know down below which ones you guys use, because I might need to test them out, because it's a sayonara to Prime Lister. They gotta go. But anyways, and then lastly, I've also been thinking of dropping eBay, only because she is not performing. Like, she is doing absolutely terrible, and I'm thinking, like, I don't know if I should drop it, just because I don't want it to be the same situation as Depop, where I kind of pretty much got to start from square one all over again, because yeah. And honestly, if you have been following my channel, I usually do this almost every couple of months with every platform. So 1 month is probably Mercari that's performing really slow, another month is eBay, another month is Depop. Poshmark is definitely my main jam. It is brung in majority of my sales, damn near 80% of my sales each month. So Poshmark is bae at this point, and these other ones are just kind of like little add-ons, if you will. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this video. Please let me know down below how your sales for the month of June have went. Were they good? Were they bad? Is this summer slowdown real, or is she a fraud? Okay, let me know.